Hello all, welcome to Read to Share. Today's story is called 10 in the Bed. This is Poppy Mouse. Poppy lives in a tiny mouse house, but Poppy isn't the only mouse living in her tiny mouse house. If you could peep inside Poppy's house, you would see mice chatting in the hallway, mice nibbling in the pantry, and mice playing chase around the sofa. Poppy is a small mouse with a very big family. Poppy's tiny mouse house is full of mice, brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, and too many cousins to count. And what a busy place it is. There are games and giggles all day long. Poppy never gets fed up until it is time for bed. In a tiny mouse house, everyone has to share. At night, Poppy snuggles up next to her mama and dada, her brothers and sisters, and her dear old granny and grampy. 10 mice in one little bed. Imagine that! There is lots of fidgeting and fussing and wriggling and rolling, sneezing and snoring. One morning Poppy had had enough. I need a bed of my own, she decided. Poppy jumped out of bed and scampered towards the door. I don't want to share any more, she whispered. Bye-bye, mouse house. Poppy had never been away from her home before. As she scuttled out onto the lane, it felt strange and exciting to be exploring on her own. She soon spotted a beautiful bird swooping through the sky. Hello, Poppy squeaked. Do you have a comfy bed I could borrow? Not me, I rest in a nest, called the bird, flying out of sight. Poppy sighed. A nest was much too high for a mouse to climb into. Poppy walked on and on. She met different animals along the way. Each time she asked if they had a bed she could borrow. There was a horse that slept in a stable, too chilly. A mole that slept in a hole, too creepy. And a frog that slept in a bog, too soggy. Maybe I can just make my own bed, thought Poppy. So she gathered up some hay from the stable and some twigs and leaves from the forest. Soon Poppy had a cosy little home all of her own. But it didn't feel quite right. It was quiet and cold. Poppy felt strange. As the sun started to set and the forest turned dark, she suddenly knew exactly where she wanted to sleep. Sorry I'm late, yawned Poppy, scuttling back into her tiny mouse house. The candles were flickering, the mice were chatting, and Poppy jumped onto the warm, cosy bed. There you are, said her daddy, lifting up the bed covers. We are so happy to have you back home, little Pops. Poppy climbed into the bed. 10 little mice kissed her good night. 10 little mice snuggled her tight. She sighed happily. It's nice to explore, but being at home is best. Maybe 10 in the bed isn't so bad after all. The end. Thank you for listening. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.